We're live. Auntie DTV is going live. Going live, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Auntie D's TV. 22. Welcome. We are here and we are moving on. It's a pleasant day. Happy Friday, everybody. Wherever you are, enjoying the day. Auntie D is here and we're going to be talking about choosing a partner. That's the first part of it I'm going to be talking about. Choosing a partner, right? And then we're going to be looking at another aspect, divorce, broken homes. So it's going to be choosing a partner and broken homes. So I'm going to be looking at two areas, choosing a partner and broken homes. All right, choosing a partner and broken homes. How do you go about choosing a partner? How do we go about choosing a partner? We choose partners sometimes based on our visual, right, interpretation of how the person looks, and what the person has to offer. So that means that we look at their facial, their body physique, and what they have to offer, right? What they can bring to the table. Because we don't want to have a relationship with a person who cannot take care of himself, his whole appearance is not ready, and therefore he's not going to be able to maintain a family. First things first, he has to be in a job. So first your eyes caught his appearance, how he's dressed. Then you're going to question, or not say question, you're going to reason. So along the getting to know you period, which should not be very long, one should be able to identify the different aspects of this individual. Because when you're trying to do that, he's there trying to do the same. And he's not going to just ask you. After assessing you, he will base his questions on you. And if you are there just answering to his questions, guys, hello, welcome to the channel. Happy to have you. Happy Friday. When you come on, guys, identify yourself and you can come on in and join on today. And you can touch the thumbs up button as well, right? And like the algorithm shows, YouTube will see how much persons have been passing through or stopping to share in our conversation. So as I was saying, we are going to be talking about choosing a partner and broken homes, right? And if you guys if you have an opinion or a view, you can share it, and we can talk about it just the same. Because whatever I say is not law; it's just that we are discussing and sharing, and persons that would have known who have experienced that situation. Happy to have you. Welcome to the channel. Welcome, welcome. Happy to have you. Come on inside and identify yourself so we can be a part of this great big family, Auntie DTV. All right. So, as I was saying, persons, when you meet someone for the first time, it's either you met by connecting a smile, or a hi, or hello, or eye contact, right? Maybe there are other ways too. I'm just saying for the very first time. So, within that time frame now, you're getting to know the person. You have to find a way to, because you may like him and he may like you, right? So how are you going to be choosing a partner? You're going to be just looking at the person and smile and say, okay, you have to have an idea. You're not going to go around and just checking out 5, 6 persons. If 5, 6 persons approach you to have a relationship, you will have to choose. It doesn't mean that you're going to have with the 5 or the 6. You're going to choose one. And you don't have to be going around with all of them, all 5, 6 of them, in order to choose one. But based on your conversations with them, You'll be able to choose one and the others look on to say, oh, she chose to go with Tom or Tom chose to go with Mary, right? Happy to have you on my channel. Happy to have you. Happy to have you. Come on in, identify yourself, and be a part of the group. Okay, so after you've met the person, so you're having a conversation, you have to question the person to find out what type of job does he do? Does he work? Or does he sit around the house? He lives with his family, he doesn't have a job? Or is he that qualified because you would not want to have a relationship with someone who is well below standard? Although, granted, and don't get me wrong, everybody have their person. The one who doesn't have much education, he or she has his person out there as well. But you're at a certain level now. You are going to try to develop a relationship. Happy to have you on the channel. Happy to have you guys. Happy Friday. Welcome in. Come on in and identify yourself. Okay? So you're going to want to find out about the person. You need to know. You need to know if he's somebody who goes around and con women or con men. If he's a robber, if he has a job, he gets an income. You need where did he get his education from? Did he just go to high school or he hide from school? He didn't go to any school. There are many things before you actually go into that deep commitment. Because when you choose a partner, we are choosing one for a lifetime. We're not choosing one for just for tomorrow. When I say lifetime, you would not want to be going around choosing a partner every other year. Right? Whether it be the man or the woman. Nobody wants to be put out there choosing. And sometimes you wait and pick and choose and end up with nothing, or you get the worst. And you say, oh, I had this person and he's better off today. So when you choose, happy to have you on the channel. When you choose, try to be wise in your choosing. And at the same time, don't compromise too much. I'm speaking from experience. Don't compromise too much, because if you compromise too much in the early stage of the getting to know you period, you are heading for some serious problems, because everything is going to be face value and you're not going to pay attention to what lies underneath. And sometimes the real person shows up in the initial period, but because you're head over heels and your heart has butterflies in its stomach, you're not focusing and you're not thinking correctly, right? So don't allow too much to flood your brain at the same time. Take it little by little. And when you ask your questions, you're waiting for an answer. You may not get the answer the very same time you ask it, but you're expecting the answer no matter how far down, but not too far, because that answer could be very critical. What if the person is not a law-abiding person and you don't try to know certain things? What is going to happen? You could be going out with him and a police officer come and take you both. And you're going to say, oh, and start to scream. Granted, sometimes they are very good at hiding information, and you have to go elsewhere. You have to go elsewhere to get your information, right? Sometimes you have to take your time and ask family members, ask friends, and take your time and let them know, so that you're not taken off guard, because nobody wants to be in a situation where they are not sure of who they are communicating with, or the person is not a law-abiding person, right? Nobody wants to be in a relationship like that. So we have to first have our priorities. What are we looking for? Thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we have to be mindful of who we let in our space, because it's your space, You have to be careful of who you let in your space, because it could be very, very dangerous. And at times, one has to be careful, because you're making a choice now. And they're out there too trying to make a choice. And you know that some persons, they gravitate after each other's finances. They don't necessarily like the person or love the person, but they are aware that the person has finances. So they try to go around and pretend. And when they're all set, then they leave you and gone. So I would say that they're opportunists. They're opportunists. They're opportunists, and they are selfish people. But in everything you do, you have selfish persons, and they 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 don't care about the next person as long as their desires are met. As long as their desires are met, that's it. They don't care much. So you are choosing now. You're going to choose a partner in your relationship. Is he working? Does he get an income? How many children does he have? Or is she a lazy person? Is she someone who just stays home, not interested in any work? Or is it that her education level is not at any quote unquote standard for her to become employed? And then the man is going to say, am I going to be able to finance my home if if my wife is not working? Am I the only person to bring in the money? Can I alone pay all the bills? So those are things that both persons will try to come together in understanding where are they heading to. If it makes sense to have the relationship with this person or close it off early and move on. But sometimes the relationship close off, and you should move on and you still stay there like you're just good friends. You can't be good friends when you're trying to choose someone to share your life with. Because if you're still hanging on and there's no relationship, if somebody should come and show an interest, it's going to show up as if you and that person are still in a relationship. So you have to make your point be known clear. It's not working out. You don't bother. You don't bother to go around each other anymore because you can't be good friends. Because you were in the first phase. You were not searching for a good friend. You were searching or you're looking for someone to share your future with. You were looking for someone to settle down with. You're looking for a wife or a husband, right? So when you see things showing up at times, you must know when to take your leave or let him take his leave and go. Don't let anybody block your way because some people will come in your way just to block it so that nobody else comes through. So you must know when to tell them to hit the road. It doesn't make sense. They hang around because they're just there to fulfill their own pocket or fulfill their own satisfaction, right? So, and again, too, when you're choosing a partner, the woman should ensure that in the first few weeks or months, but not too far down, she get a chance to meet, even on the phone, to talk to some of his relatives, and likewise the man should do to the woman. So you're not there having a relationship or dating someone who nobody knows existed. He is far from his family, far in the sense of they don't communicate, and you need to know sometimes if it's good too, you can know some of his friends. Why I'm speaking like this because I've been to several seminars and I've seen and listened how people react to situations. So you get to know some of his friends, and then you get to learn some of the ways that he has, and then you'd be able to assess the situation and say, oh, well, he's somebody good that I would want to share my life with. Or, no, I think I should get out. Because what if he's a smoker, a gambler, a drinker of a lot of alcohol? You would not want to settle for that. But how would you know if you don't try to do some little underground check, some little investigation? You have to investigate. Thank you for joining. Thank you. You can come on in. Come on into the TV and share and give your views. Don't stay outside. Right? Don't stay outside. So, as I was saying, we women, Venkat, you're back. Hi. You see, I kept my word. I said I was coming back about this time. Thank you for giving me that thumbs up and thank you for joining the live. I'm good too, you. I'm good. I try to get I did not get everything done, but I was able to get some things done and quickly come back to the live so I can spend some time. Did you get to do what you set out to do as well? I hope so too. When it comes to the weekend and Friday, we are all busy, so we have to be running around doing so many things. So we have to share the time. So I will spend some time. Oh, sorry, Auntie. Okay. Yes, that's how we are. When it comes to Friday, person does a lot of shopping or, they're trying to, if they don't have to go to work on the weekend, they try to wind down so as to relax. Okay. I'm from here. I'm I'm here in the United States. I'm here. Right? I'm here. So I hope you had a good time doing what you set out to do for the day. It is now about 12:30 or so. It's about 12:30 or thereabouts. So as I was saying before, it's 12:30 in the afternoon, in the PM. So as I was saying before, yes, I had a late breakfast, so I would not bother to have lunch. I had a late breakfast because if I'm to have lunch now, the breakfast is still and not yet that gone down, and I prefer to skip lunch. I always skip lunch and have just breakfast and dinner. hmm So as I was saying, I was talking about choosing a partner first, and then we're also going to look at broken homes. What are some of the things people do when they are choosing a partner, and what can happen as a result of broken homes? And I was saying that choosing a partner, one has to be careful of the background of the individual. What who living? Why? So you have to know the background of the individual that you are going to have your life connected with, and you have to find out what does the person do for a living. Is the person employed? Is the person somebody who likes to work? Is he a lazy person? Right? You need to know if is he a law-abiding citizen. There are many things, many things. You will not be able to know everything in the initial stages. It takes a while, but there are some things you need to know before you commit yourself into a long-term relationship. Because a long-term relationship should lead to marriage in most cases, right? But there are times along the way, the marriage, they didn't bother with it, and sometimes they do get married, and then they go their separate ways for different reasons. So I am on YouTube just now. I don't really use Instagram, To be honest, I don't have the time to keep up Instagram. So I try to focus on YouTube. I'm too busy to keep up Instagram and TikTok. Too busy. So I do everything here on YouTube. Right? I like YouTube, so I spend the time here. I don't have the time to be running up and down. Yes, I believe in Jesus Christ. Do you believe in Jesus Christ? Or you believe in what's the thing? Allah. Is it Allah? Allah. Do you believe in Allah? Okay, because you're a Muslim, right? Because most people from India are Muslims. Well, we don't have much of um Muslim religion spread out that wide? Why? You want to tell me some things about your religion? So not everybody should do life. People should only read Bible. So when persons, as I said before, and I reinforce what I said again, when persons are choosing a partner, they have to be mindful of various things that can surface. And sometimes some things do surface, but they ignore them. They don't pay any attention to them because they were just focusing on the time of the moment, right? Okay, okay. I thought you were a Muslim, as I'm told that most persons in India believe in Muslim. Okay, universal, almighty God, Jesus Christ only. Okay. So you want to tell me some more? Okay, I believe in Christianity too. I'm a Christian too. I believe in Christianity. But I respect people and their religious beliefs. I don't try to get into it. I leave them to their beliefs. What are some ways you would look at when you're choosing a partner? In your belief, in your opinion? What are the things you look for? Yeah, yes, spend time with God. But remember that what? You have to do what you have to do. You have to work. You spend time with God all the time. You have to spend time with Him. Give me your opinion. Happy to have you guys joining my live. Happy to have you. Come on in and identify yourself so we can share. Sorry, we share, respect each other's opinion. Mm-hmm. Do you think you're spending enough time with God? Oh, he's gone. All right. Yeah, he's giving encouraging words. Yes, we have to spend time with God because He's the creator of us all. And we're not making enough time for God. We only go to Him when we are in need. Most of the time, that's what we do. When we are in problems, that's the time we call on Him. But when we are having our fancy time and enjoying ourselves, we don't remember Him. We put Him aside. So when distress comes and situations arise, we call on Him. Isn't that bad? We should be calling on Him all the while because He's always there listening. And if when we are choosing our partners, we put Him in the mix, as you say, we put Christ in the mix. Let Him be the one to help us to decide. Then maybe we would not be making such huge mistakes. Because sometimes when they're in this situation before they reach a a more stronger level in the relationship. The woman are, each of them sometimes unalive each other. They are frustrated and they realize they cannot go together anymore, and they don't want to go apart. So they tend to unalive each other. Or one person unalive the next one, and then one is gone to the grave and the other is gone to be incarcerated. So if we are going to be choosing a partner, I believe we should ask, put it to the Lord and let him help us to choose. But sometimes we choose some persons, we see in the end that we should not choose that person. And what happened? We have a lot of problem later, right? A lot of problems surface later. Thank you for joining the live. There were a lot of problems later. And what we do, we compromise, we compromise so much. And then at the end of it, we end up losing. We end up losing. And sometimes we lose dearly. Sometimes they rob us and gone. Or they know what to do to put us on our knees. The name sounds familiar. Josiah Martin. Where are you from, Josiah? Are you from the Caribbean? Do you remember me? You asked me the question, do you remember me? That means you have been on my live before. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing the live. I hope you'll keep coming and never stop coming. From my last streamer, I streamed it this morning. Were you on it? You were not on it this morning. I didn't see you. Well, unless you came and you did not say anything. If you don't identify yourself, then I may not know. But I'm happy to have you. I'm happy that you take time off to be on the platform with me. And I'm speaking about choosing a partner and broken homes. So you can give me your point, your opinion of what you think, how we should go about, because we are never yet too old to learn or too young to learn. But there are times when we overlook some things, which what we overlook was one of the most important things, but we overlook it and didn't pay it any mind. But then what you would have done, what you did, what you would have done in choosing a partner. Just look at the person and say, okay, I'll go with this person, you go on. Or you do some investigation. Let me not use that word investigation. Or you try to get some added information about the individual. Let me know, man. Let us know. Put it in the live so we can see it. And guys, when you come on, you touch the thumbs up button so that we can see the algorithm can move, that the video is being liked, and the live itself is interesting. But if you don't cooperate, if you don't participate, and I'm the only one speaking, then it's not going to be that nice. I want to know what you are thinking too, and I'm going to be saying things to evoke your thoughts. Doesn't mean that what I say is that it's bold, it's book and Bible. And we are respecting each other's views. And sometimes we have to put out things there to allow you to think, to tickle your brain. So let us know what you're thinking. How do you go about choosing your partners? And I wanted to focus on that for the first part of it. And when we are done now, we focus on broken homes. So as I said, I don't really have a lunch time right now. When I'm at home, I don't really want to have lunch. I try to focus on just having breakfast and dinner. But I will not be going out today So that is why I try to do some live, because come next week I'm hoping to go back to work. So the time span is going to be more in the afternoon and late evening. All right. I soon come back again. Soon return. Okay. I had to stretch my legs because just sitting down almost more than 30 minutes, about 45 minutes I've been sitting down. So I have to walk and let the blood flows. I can just sitting down having them stretched down like that. So I have to stretch them out. Let the foot get some energy. Yeah. So we can look now at, as we have been looking at broken, um, choosing a partner and broken homes. And as you come on, you touch the thumbs up button so that it can show that we are really having a good time. But when you don't touch it and you run away, one would wonder, oh, I'm going to say, oh, this person is dodging me. But we can share. Whatever your opinion, we have to appreciate it. Whatever you state, we must appreciate it, right? So we have to agree, and the point still remains, in that sometimes we put who we are going to choose to the Lord. And even God put up things to show that we are not to take that person, right? That means that the person shows some sign and you see it and you see and know that you should not go with the person. You still push ahead and go with the person. And what happens later, not too far down the road now, all sort of problems starts. And sometimes they become separated. Sometimes some situation developed, you lose. You lose from it. And then you know that you lose or something that happen, but you just want to please the public. You don't want the public to think anything, you just want to please them. So you hang around. You hang around in it, and then one day becomes a week, becomes a month, and it keeps climbing. And you keep hanging, hanging, hanging. And anything hang after a while, it will fall off. Right? It will fall off. So sometimes we do know that we're treading on grounds that we're not to tread on, we're not to do, we're not to take this person, we're not to be in any conversation. We are not to. It is so bold before our face. We see the red flags, right? We see the red flags telling us not to, and we still put ourselves in it, and we still hang on in it. And sometimes some things show up along the way. And when you reach a stage in your life now, when it is, you're far gone, your youthfulness and your years are all gone, you end up being put on the street. You have nowhere to live. You both may share a property. He tries to sell it and you may not get anything. Or he cheats and go off with somebody else. There are so many things. And sometimes we do see the red flags. And we say we're going to change the person. And we say we endure. We're going to endure it. But sometimes it doesn't work. So as for me, if I see a red flag, that's the time to move on. Doesn't make any sense to see the red flag and you're still standing up, you're still staying there. Right? Red flag means stop. Don't go any further. Red flag doesn't mean to go, it means to stop. When you're at the stoplight and you see the red light come on, do you go? You stop. So you get out of that situation, allow the person to go. It may be hard, It may be hard to allow the person to go in the initial stage because you were so overwhelmed and was so drawn to the person. But if you stay in it and you see wherein it's not working, why play around? Why waste your time? Why waste your time? You need to make a decision. Make the right choice. Make the right choice. Let me look now at some things that can happen as a result of broken homes. We see the red flags showing up all along, as I said earlier, and we still stay on. Happy to have someone sharing the live with me. Happy to have you. Feel welcome. It's Auntie DTV. Happy to share the platform. You feel that you cannot go. You feel that that person is the last person on earth. So you still decide to stay around with that individual. And then when, as I say, when you reach an age where you cannot do anything for yourself, that's the time the individual shows up his color. Now he wants to sell your property, he wants to take away your money that you have in the bank and everything. And then now you're left with nothing. And some 3/4 of these times they end up being cheaters. And they were cheaters in other relationships, but because you did not do much checking for yourself and you were caught up with the moment, at the moment, everything happens. Then you say, if you did know, when that would have been too late. It would have been too late. So broken homes always comes as a result of one party cheating. A cheat. And sometimes there are children involved in the home, and the cheater doesn't care much because he's that cheater. He's just paying attention to the present, at the moment, not looking down the road of time, just paying attention to just that at the moment, right? And then when things start going bad, when they were supposed to pay attention to the family, they didn't because they had something inheriting them. It's a family thing, probably, to smoke or drink or gamble, or lazy, doesn't want to work, cannot keep a job, you know, cannot maintain a relationship, doesn't want to take on the responsibility of maintaining the family and all of that. So that will cause now the woman to seek a job. Well, if she's qualified enough, she could get a good job. But what if she's not qualified? How is she going to fit in? Because he's already gone on with somebody else because he's a cheater. And because he gambled out all the money when he gets paid and nothing much comes home, the home is not happy. Nobody is happy to see him when he gets home. So he goes off and live with somebody else. He goes off and live with somebody else and leave his home with his family. So the woman she needs food to eat, the family needs food, they need to pay the mortgage and everything is to be done. So now she's faced with all those responsibilities because he's gone. He's gone with to somebody else. And later down, when things doesn't work, you see him trying to say, "Oh, my son is a this or my daughter is this, that one is in this position," and he starts to boast about his children. But in truth and in fact, he did not give much because he kept maintaining his cheating side, his side chick. So much money was not coming in. But the lady, she tried her best with the children. And they come up, have their good education, have a good job, maintain their family and set examples. But some of the times when these children are from homes where the parents choose wrong partners and try to let things work, and then their homes, they end up in divorce or separation. Sometimes it follows down to the children. They too cannot maintain a home because it is inherited in them. It's in them to do behave like their dad would, or the mother would. Some women, they go to dance every weekend. They have to go to parties. They don't believe if there's food in the house because they have to go and get their hair done. They have to get their nails done. They're just themselves. They don't think about the family. They think about the children, right? So that is how I think we have to focus. And then when we are able to choose, as I go, these two goes together. When we are able to choose a partner who we think is suitable, the children that results from that relationship will emulate most times what they have learned, what they have seen. So if the parents display positive relationships, most times the children will do the same. Although sometimes you have people go after their own mind and do what they want to do. They don't care about anybody. But the teaching would have been there and they would have learned. But you can't force people to accept values when they want to accept otherwise. Sometimes these people go back to their old time ladies, friend that they had, or they go back home to where their family lives. Sometimes the woman go back to her family. Sometimes the woman have a lot of fault. Like, that doesn't men alone have the fault, and the women they have fault too. The women they do have faults. And sometimes broken homes are not able to be fixed because people are set in their ways in making their decision. They would prefer go ahead and have a divorce, and if the separation stays for very long, they will most times end up with a divorce. And sometimes these divorces can be avoided, if the parents had done things from the beginning correctly. But we can't even blame the parents at time because everybody have their own belief, their own ideology. Hi, Sonia. Hi, how are you? Happy to have you. Happy to have you, Sonia. Happy to have you. I'm happy that you take some time off to share in my presence. I'm happy for your presence. Welcome. Feel welcome. I was speaking about choosing a partner, which I spent the first half an hour talking about, and broken homes. So as I said, some persons, they are not, some couples, when they come together to choose a partner, lifetime partner, they see the blunders there facing at them, they see the red flags, and they still press along to become one. And then when it doesn't work out now, the children suffers. And then they result in having a broken home. Sometimes the man who most times ends up being the cheater will move on. Welcome to the channel. Happy to have you guys. We'll move on. Sometimes with the person, the side chick, which is a woman, I don't know, sometimes they are so caught up in their own sphere of self and time, they don't care. Thank you for giving me that thumbs up. They don't care about how the children feel because they are just thinking about themselves. The lady may want to get her hair done every week, get her nails done every week. She may want to go to party every week, every weekend. And going to parties and having all that sort of fun takes a lot of money and takes away time from the family. As well as a man could be someone who likes to sport too, drink a lot. When I say drink, goes clubbing a lot on the weekend, right? Or he may smoke a lot, he may gamble, he may drink so much that he becomes drunk. And then he's on top of that, he may have a side chick. So there's not much finances going into the homes to let persons be satisfied. So most times you have that sort of home, the children suffer and they end up sometimes separated to the point of divorce. But sometimes the parents are the ones who help cause the problem because they would have seen, as I said, they see the roadblocks that they should never have started a relationship with that individual, but they push themselves still. They push themselves into it and still going. So when they reach the point now of later years. With the husband gone, never maintained the family, and she had to go and, or she leave the family to some other, send the children to live with their in-laws or something, godparents or so. It doesn't spell well. So when these children now had to choose their partner because theirs was parents who was not well, not done the way it should, they end up at times emulate them just the same. They emulate them just the same. Welcome to the channel, guys. Welcome. Come right in and share your point. Identify yourself and share your point. And the D wants to hear. And I'm going to do that. Give me the thumbs up so it can look and pretty up the screen so it can look nice. So we are all have one group of happy people. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about broken homes. I don't want to be the only one talking, you know. What are some of the things that you think? Even if you agree with me or disagree, I want to know. What do you think can help to cause broken homes? Father's gone, leave mother with the kids, or the mother gone, leave father with the kids, or both of them gone and leave the kids to stay with other persons. What sort of society are we going to have when our children are brought up in that fashion? Surely not a society that we want to be proud of. Because sometimes these children become so vindictive and bitter that it stays with them throughout their whole lifetime. And whomever they take as a partner, God help those persons. It just come out naturally because they had it all inside them. I say it because I've seen experiences live before my eyes. But everybody's not the same. You have some persons who will endure. As the Bible says, he that endure it to the end shall be saved. Some persons do endure. And it works out. It works out. Where sometimes one party feels so embarrassed, they have to be apologizing and apologizing. But like I say, we have to be careful of the seed that we sow because in later years, okay, thank you. In later years, it can become a terrible experience for us because sometimes these persons end up they lose everything. Maybe they had a home that they were paying the mortgage, and they just stop paying. So and one party don't have any proper job to maintain the payment, so they lose it. They lose the property, and the man gone one way, and the lady gone the other way, and the children gone down, and somebody house gone to stay. But you have to look at the later years of your life. The later years, you're going to look back with regret. And you know, I think it's so sad when you're so down in your age, you know, your retirement, you're supposed to be retiring and be happy with your family. You're there regretting and sad and crying that you have lost out on life. And if you were going to, they always use this, I always hear people use this frame. If I were to be born again, that means that they have a lot of regrets. If I were to be born again, the things that I would not do and the things that I would do. So you see, because you cannot be born again, except when you go and baptize in the watery grave of baptism. God only give you that one life. So you have to treat yourself and your life the best way you can. Sometimes you try to tolerate things for the sake of your children. But how much are you prepared to tolerate for 20, 30 years? Until the children get grown and old and gone away, and then you're left to face the battle by yourself. So you have to have a point. You have a cutoff point. If he cannot behave himself, he has to go. And that is why I said in my earlier life that every woman should work. Every woman should have a little career. No matter how simple, every woman must have a paycheck, a payday. Because when the man is gone, or if it is a woman who was supplying the house with grocery or whatever, when that woman is gone, the man is there, not have any job and cannot maintain the family. Or if it is the man who was doing it by himself, when he's gone, maybe maybe he become unalive suddenly, or he's gone off with his side chick, and the lady at the house has nothing to live by. She don't have any skills. She only was there multiplying, having all the children. Maybe have all five, six children. Nobody, nobody's going to take care and look after them because she's not able to pay someone to look after them. And she cannot get a job now wherein she could pay. So she's going to get a job that she barely can provide for the family, because the family is so large and the father is gone, leave them. But sometimes these children do, with the tears of them, those mothers who are so determined to have the best for their children, sometimes these children come out to be the best, better than those who really did have potential parents. They come out, they become significant persons in society because the mother was determined to make the best of what she had. And then the father, as I say again, the father come crawl back as if he had made a great contribution and telling everybody about his children when he had gone away many, many years and tried to return at the prodigal with a bitter face as if he had done well. He had done a lot. When in truth and in fact, he might not have done anything much. Because sometimes community persons or organizations assist those mothers, especially with the children. And that's where they can get a foothold now to move on to better themselves. So I always say, no, God bless the women. But you have some women, they are very dedicated. You have some men who are, but God knows, I think some women will make things out of nothing. And I'm not going to take it back, I'm very serious. Sometimes they make things out of nothing. When you look back, you wonder, how? And you know that it could have only been one person. If God was not in that vessel, with a family who is broken, that is left with mother and children. If God is not in the vessel with them, they cannot survive. So when they do survive, they are the happiest soul. But some do also become ungrateful. You have some children, they do very well and they don't pay attention to their family, to their parents. They become so great in society that they don't want to be named, they don't want to be remembered of where they are from. They don't want to remember, they turn a blind eye. And if they know persons from that community, they don't want to even meet that person. Because the person is going to remind them, yes, Sonia, yes. Yes, it's true. It's paramount. That's why I big up every woman who work. Every woman. Whether it be a week, fortnight, week, month, whatever time, once per year, whatever, every woman should work. Work. Have your account, no matter how small. As I always say, and I said it already this morning, little is much when God is in it. He will smile at the storm. The storms are there, the problems and the stresses. Cannot pay the school fee, cannot pay the college fee, cannot find the money to pay the rent, cannot find the money to buy the groceries. But God provides somebody to help. And then you're able to go through. Because by yourself you couldn't make it. And you do have some kind persons who are always out there willing to help. Sometimes we don't know a thing, we never know them before, but they are willing to help. Thank you, Sonia. That's so true. Individual independence, right, is self-sufficient. Very true. Thank you so much for that point. It's so, so true. Thank you so much. Yes, guys. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for your time. I know you're a busy woman. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much. I don't forget you. Hi, Sonia. Hi. Put a smile on my face. Put a smile on my face. Yes, man. We have to. We have to. We have to. And that is why we have to help. Some people, they go through a very healthy relationship and they don't have any children to benefit. When they become alive in their later years through illness or age, you have some family members who do come and fuss about what they had left, which they, the family members, did not help them to achieve, but they are there fussing over it. But as I say, sticking to the point, broken homes. Broken homes is not anything pleasant for anybody to experience. It's a, it's like you have lost somebody to the grave, like they are gone, never to return, and sometimes they never return. Whatever it is that meet them by the way, they never live to come back, or they just close their eyes and turn their backs completely, and you're left with just the children and the mother. But it's most times the mother that is left with the children, you know. But they hop on, jump off on their merry way. They don't look back, they don't busy with anything. But you know, mothers on a whole, they have to stay. They chose to stay. Most times they chose to stay to help. And I've seen mothers who have, even in this situation now where persons are being sent back home, they chose to take that risk to go to a place where the grass is greener, and they try their best. And sometimes the very children and the reason why they would have left to make it easier for them, those children become a disappointment because they're not there, or who they leave their children with, they're not there to monitor. And especially if they leave them at an early age, at their early, especially in their early teens, when they start to have peer pressure at school, you find that the persons who you leave your children with, they try to show interest, but maybe they have a job too and they have other children. Maybe they don't show up at the different parent teachers meeting. Maybe they're not somebody who goes to church, so the children are just, they're not just about. And then the children may become rebellious because they know that their mother or their parents is nowhere near, cannot be there to help them. So they give those persons problem. And those persons know, some of them, they only take the money that you send from where the grass is greener. They take the money and nothing is being done for those children that is beneficial. Nothing. Children, they sometimes end up at institutions, places of safety. Some gone all over some run away from the home. They just get uncontrollable. And then the poor mother or so is away, far away in another land, trying to make a life and trying to reprimand the child who doesn't seem to care much because the child knows that she's far away. She cannot come back. And now, with what is happening, the deportation, some of them are going back to face situation that they were not aware of. They're just going to go and see everything firsthand. Some are going to get so confused that they spend their money to send them to school or a better education. And happy to have you back. Happy to have you. Welcome. Feel welcome. And they just lose. You know, sometimes some homes start out very well, you know, very, very well, going very, very well. But sometimes another aspect why it can be broken when one party choose to, as I say, go to where the grass is greener. And that's a risk with a family because that party may have to, if he was married here, I mean, wherever he's living from, he would have to probably remarry or something to get to stay in the country where the grass is greener. And what happens? Then he's totally now caught up with where the grass is greener with that family and forsake his original family. So there are many things that can result when we are choosing a partner and when we are when result things that can happen that can result in in us having broken homes. Broken homes are not anything nice. It's not anything nice. We have a little more to go and then we're going to hop out. It's not anything nice. And sometimes the the grandparents become so disappointed because they were not expecting anything like this to happen, but it happens. And sometimes they become so disheartened that they don't live very long because they had all their mindset and all their goals set on the family and their grandchildren success, but the success was not realized because of the home being broken and people going different ways and things happening bad, children gone into gangs and all over the place, things that can result when homes are broken. So guys, let us not be discouraged, but let us try to mend it when we are choosing a partner. Be careful of, sometimes we, as I said, be careful. Sometimes we don't know how to be careful. Because sometimes you try to be careful and end up with a wrong partner. You wonder what in the world you were doing why you get this curse of picking up the wrong person. But as I say, in the initial stage, everything always looks nice and great and good. And then the real ugly head shows up. The serpent lifts its head. Then you know the head different from the tail. What are you going to do? Stay? So sometimes we have to make the move early and be wise in our decisions. Okay, guys. Wish for you a happy afternoon. Happy afternoon to you. And I'll be coming on a little later. A little later. So I'm hanging on a little bit more. We have to be we have to be mindful. We have to be mindful of the the, the generation that we put into society. So the less broken homes we have, the better the schools will be, because we find that in the schools, children who are from broken homes most times are problematic. Problematic. So the less broken homes we're able to have, it's the better it will be for the society. So whatever we do in choosing a partner will help us not to. Thank you so much, Sonia. Thank you. I'm talking like I have experience, but my experience is what I see. I've not gone through it myself, but sometimes you learn. I learn from you. I learn from the next person. It doesn't mean that I must make the same mistakes. I always say if I see somebody make a mistake and I can learn from it, I'm going to learn from it, right? Because sometimes you say, "Oh my God, that couple was so wonderful. They look so perfect, like they were really made by the hands of the Lord," and the devil come and pull them apart. This one beating this one with knife and machete, and sometimes them pull the pow pow. The same person that they were greeting and hugging nicely, and on the day of marriage, everything was just in one accord. But there would have been something there. Something would have been there that prevented you from making your point firmly be known. And as I say, we compromise, hoping that we can change persons, but we can't change people sometimes because the way of going back to where they're coming from with their thoughts. Just like the pig, take the pig and bathe him, put on the hose and wash him down and clean him up, powder him up. If he gets a chance to go back to where he was in the mud, he will go. But if he doesn't see any, he'll be in your house. I've seen person with, I don't know how true it is, they say, having a pig as a pet in their house. So the pig there now in the house would not have anything to mess up. So it's going to be so clean and nice, so the pig will always be clean. But if you allow him to go and he sees it, he may just wallow because it's their nature. But some people, everything is going good, 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 good. It's perfect. Everything. You don't want a better relationship. But something sting, like I said, like a serpent. It stings. And sometimes it shock the other party that it sent the brain flying. Brain cannot come back. It's gone. Or the person get a heart condition gone. Can't believe, in a state of shock. So, you know, like I was looking at something today when I see where was it Prince William or Prince Harry? One of them, the one that has the red hair. I was born and had always grew with this red hair, like the mother's Lady Diana's side of family. And then I couldn't believe really that the father thought he was of another person's child, not his child. And I think that's what helped to push the boy away, you know. He stayed away. And then when they were showing the thing today, I said, my God, so I wonder how the father feels now. It's a sad, and then now see, look how many years Lady D has passed on. And it's now that the DNA and the son would have been third in line to the throne. It was, and that's why I say I have to talk about this thing today. The son is was third in line to the throne. Now he's fifth, all because of his father's doings and thinking. So the grandmother, Queen, is gone. Queen Elizabeth II is gone. Whether she believe or not, apparently she may have believed that he was not. That son was not for her son. The mother played the D. I just say name D, people. Lady Diana passed on through the accident, and you know it go with him. The father Philip thinking that the child was not his. So mother gone with that thought, grandmother gone with that thought, and the father now lives to see that the child is his. Come on. And that's why the guy now end up move away from them, and those are some of the things. It touched me this evening, when I saw it. Look at how the family, how it broke up. Mother gone died in an accident because whatever she was with another person. And then the queen run on and said yes, so. And the father, it was a broken family. So guys, let us try and believe what we are saying and practice what we believe and what is right. Because when we look at it down the ages of time, where it's going to be proven that the home should never have been broken, because persons who may have been going around sowing the seed of mistrust, it will soon come out to think that the child was not for Prince Philip, which is now King Philip, I think, and he would have been third. Can you imagine? To the throne. I wonder how is he going to feel? How is the father? When I saw it, I said, "Oh Lord, have mercy. What is this?" But it tells me too that even if you are born in rich circumstances or you're born in a poor setting, what happens to one can happen to you. Nobody is an exception. So we have to just try and work towards maintaining honest, healthy relationship so that our children can possess that same value to pass on to their children too. Because society now has too many persons who are, I don't want to put down anybody, who are not contributing positively. They are involved in other things that are not regarded as wholesome to society, both to children, adults, everybody. They are just looking at a greedy avenue to acquire riches or wealth, and that can only last for a period of time. And if you acquire some things illegally, remember that you're not going to enjoy it all. Something's going to happen to cause you not to enjoy it fully. So guys, I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna let you have, and you can put your point if you wish. I don't like to leave anybody outside. I like when everybody is gone and close the door and then I move. I don't like to leave. I don't like if I'm at home and I would not get up and go inside my room and expect to and leave them to go when they might tell them. No. Even if I'm not well, I would sit out there with them until when everybody's gone, then I go in. I think it's fair. But if you're okay, and I'll be on hopefully later, I'll just give you a break and go and fix some dinner so I can have some more energy to carry on the rest of the evening and enjoy the rest of the evening. I hope to spend some time with you later, guys. But I don't know. Somewhere around about, maybe somewhere about some 7 o'clock thereabouts, I think. Maybe about 7. Maybe about 7 o'clock. Bye. Remember to subscribe to Auntie TV. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. And for those who subscribe, I'm happy to have you. Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody. Enjoy the evening. Bye. And don't let your homes be broke. Whatever it is, keep your homes together. Don't let the devil push his ugly head and destroy your home. Take care. Talk to you again. Bye bye. The devil destroys.